Okay, guys, so I wanted to show you a new rifle that I got. And I've been thinking about buying this rifle for a while. And it came up, I saw it online at this website called the Mosin Crate. And basically, the way to purchase the rifle was you had to, and no surprise, it's a German Mauser K98, from what I understand. And basically, I'm kind of new to this type of rifle, but and I guess the first question is, what am I doing with a German rifle from 1943? You know, it's a German rifle. It could have been used to kill someone, my grandparents. So why would I want this thing? I don't know. I think the point is not because of any of that, but because I just think that World War II is just a really special time in American history. And I think that it was a time of America's greatness. It was a time where really America was fighting good versus evil. And they really mobilized the whole country, where everyone got together to contribute to the defeat of Nazi Germany. And I think it's important to remember that, because we have a lot of challenges today. Evil is different, but it's all over. And it's something that we have to be on guard for. So sometimes maybe looking back will help you see forward. But all right, that's enough about that. But the point is, so that's kind of why I bought this rifle. And I'm not really a collector in that I just keep things and whatnot. I'm really a believer in enjoying it and using it. Life is too short to not shoot your rifle, to just keep it in a closet for your kids to sell it at some auction. I mean, what's the point of that? So I figured I'd show it to you. Maybe you guys know more about it, and I'll tell you briefly what I know. So it was online from a place called the Mosin Crate. Very nice people. I really highly recommend them. And basically, for some reason, they had imported, they're importers from what I understand. They imported about 60 of these rifles. So how did they sell it? Well, I mean, you might think they would list it to be an auction. I mean, I guess if you were trying to maximize price, an economist would tell you that's what you want, that's what you should do. I don't know. In any event, what they did was they made it so that on a certain date, they advertised it before, and then on a certain date at exactly 10 o'clock a.m., you had to be on their website, put your information in, and hit the submit button, which was effectively an email to them. And they would go through the first 60 emails and sell rifles only to those 60 people. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm not judging, but the point is, um, that's how they did it. Um, so I was on the train. I hit the submit button, and then later on the day, I got like an anonymous call. It was from them. They said I think I was basically like out of the 60, maybe I was numbered in the 50s. So I was able to get one, and I'll show you it. It's from a collector's perspective. From what I understand, this is not certainly not the most desirable in terms of the serial number of the rifle. This was also, from what I understand, the Portuguese contract rifle, where they made it for Portugal. Maybe it went to Portugal, maybe it didn't go to Portugal, because Germany was losing the war at that point. So I don't know. I can't tell you that. If you guys have more information, I would appreciate that, because I just don't know. Um, but in any event, I don't really care about the collectability of it, because I really just want to shoot it and have fun with it. And I think it is very interesting. And I'll show you just a couple of interesting things that I found about it. I'll give you a close up soon, but this is the basic idea. Oops. So I'll give you a close up of it. Actually, where's the stand? Okay, so let me get off this. Okay, so I'll give you a close-up of the rifle. And so the question really is, you know, what does a rifle like this cost? So I paid approximately $1,400 for this rifle. And look, I'm in New York. Everything is more expensive, usually when you buy things in New York. I found that I felt this was a very fair price for this rifle. I would say, look, it's nothing special as a K98, but it's still a K98, and I'm very comfortable paying that. Okay, so just to give you a sense of it, it has this leather strap. I think the wood's in pretty good shape. It has a few blemishes. The steel is in good shape, I think. And so, just all right, so it's 19, actually, I just noticed it actually myself. 1941 was the date of the manufacture. I don't know if you could see it. 1941. Oh, so it's pretty early in the war. Now, here's a serial number, F772. And what's interesting is, right here, over here, try to focus on that. Okay, for you guys who know. What I find interesting is how they stamp the serial number, like in so many places. Here, this barrel band. I mean, who cares? Why is that necessary? You know, it's must be a German thing. Okay, and let's take a look at the other side. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty much that. Interesting, it's a carbine. I'm surprised they have something where you could really calculate in terms of a distance, such a distance. I mean, I guess they were expecting you would use this to hit some target very far away, which is interesting. And it's very nice. He gave me a hood for the front sight, which I have to figure out how to get on, if you know how. I think I have to heat it up. And here's the bolt, which it just was shipped separately. Interestingly, the bolt is in, I think, very good shape. Is there a serial number on that? Hold on. $9.59? Let me see. Sorry. $9.89. All right, I don't know what that means, if that's a serial number. Maybe it's 9. I don't know if it's 9999 or. All right. Maybe this part's not a matching serial number in terms of the bolt. Oh, no, no. Hold on. Here's the serial number. Right there. Just trying to get this, sorry. So it also is 772. So this is, it's hard to catch it. This is all matching serial numbers, which is good, I guess. The other interesting thing is I feel like it's in surprisingly good shape. And it also seems surprisingly clean. You know? There's very little wear, I think. There's very little wear. And it's clean. It seems almost as though someone cleaned it pretty well and then oiled it and then put it in storage, it'd be my guess. Look over here, it could be a drop cleaner. I'll clean it. But whatnot. Okay, the other thing I would show you is, maybe you guys know better because I don't. In terms of the bore, the quality of the bore, I can't tell what's, I can't tell, but maybe someone there can. Get some light on. Can you see? I don't know. I think I need a bore scope, but hold on. Now what I see is, it looks a little rusty. Let's see if I could. But I see the grooves in there. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll clean it. So I've read you should use, like, run water through. If you use corrosive ammo, you should run water through with Windex. I don't know about that, but okay. You see it? Hold on. So that's the story. So looking at the wood, I just wanted to see if we could clean it. I'll probably oil it if that's what you're supposed to do. But I thought at least we could clean the wood somewhat. And I thought just with a little soapy water to see if it makes a difference. Let me see. Let me use a Bounty. It does feel a little sticky. Maybe they put some Cosmoline type product on there. Let's see what comes off. A little bit of stuff comes off. All right, so we'll let it dry and we'll see about that. All right, so we're back, and I did clean out, I did run some water through the barrel, Windex water, and then I'm not an expert here, but I followed up with WD-40, I guess, to displace the water. So I thought, in any event, I have a little boiled linseed oil. I thought we'd put some on, and just to preserve the wood. And I think a little bit, not too much, would be good. You could see the difference of how it appears. It's drinking it in, I could see. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Get some more light. So it has a nice shiny look to it now. You could compare it to the other side. It's kind of drab. So I'll finish polishing it up, adding oil, and then I'll probably just put it away. I'm looking to get some ammo for it, but it's very difficult in New York. Believe it or not, you have to pay for every time you buy ammo, you got to pay for a state background check, which is $12. So if you buy one round, you got to pay $12 on top of it. Yeah, okay, yeah, I know I should move. But if I move, I'll move out of the country. In any event, just interesting. I was also looking at the at this part, and I noticed it says it has a serial number over here, 772. It also has it, oh, over here. See that? 772. And then it has it over here, I think. See this corner here? Though that just says 72. I don't know what that means. So, there's something over here. There's a lot of numbers on this thing. So I'm not sure what they are, but if you have more information about this, that would really help me. I'd appreciate it. In any event, the next step is trying to find some ammo and taking this to the range. But in any event, I wanted to thank you guys. You guys are the best. If you can give me some more information about it, that would be helpful. And otherwise, take care and be well.